Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Rini, this is the Enchanted Planner, and today we're flipping through my April planners. So it's Saturday what is today? 6th. So they've had to return home to their regular, the planner months have had to return to their homes because just the way the month fell, I can't keep them in there, otherwise I'm like this thick. So we're just gonna flip through in here. So we're gonna start in my catch-all. Now, my catch-all is my kitchen sink. Everything but the kitchen sink goes in here. I have to print out my pictures, but I've got this almost ready to go. I've got all my notes and stuff. What I've been doing with these, granted, I have to put in the images. I've got them all on my phone. I just have to, what I've been doing in order to not waste photo paper is I'm compiling them so I can get enough onto one sheet, and then I'll print them out and then I'll put them all on. That's the plan. That's why these haven't been filled out, but I do have notes for everything. So these are varying. I've been using them for currently prompts. I've also been using them for little notes and memories, monthly reviews, and then I've got a picture each month that I want to put into this box here. Then we move into my monthly, which I used the Squad Girls. We don't really need those there anymore. And I loved this spread. It was clean, it was simple, not too complicated, and I had fun with it. And at the end of the day, that's the most important part, right? We want to have fun with them, but they still need to be super functional, or it defeats the purpose of having a paper planner. Now, I forgot to open this video with, I don't currently have a proper mic, as I found out in my last filming foray. My microphone has given up the ghost, and the new one's not here yet. So hopefully the microphone and the camera in the phone is okay. It's been so long since I used it. So forgive me and give me a little bit of grace if the audio quality is not like 100%. So as you can see, I use this monthly to track my bills, and I've been sort of breaking them up by what's relative to what, because I have monthly expenses for my business side and I have monthly expenses that are personal. So I kind of try and break those up. My first spread. This was before I got my Cricut up and running, but I love this spread. I had so much fun with this one. And all in all, y'all love this one too, because it was, again, different, right? And I made all of this with stuff that existed in Canva. And the next week, I also loved this spread. It's these florals. These florals are ones that I would absolutely hoard, but their optimal time to use them is during spring because of the color palette that they are in. So I have to get them out of the books and into the planner, because I tend to hoard anything. Like, I will hoard it, and that's not gonna, it doesn't serve the purpose, right? And what I've also started doing too is making little notes. Like I said, this is my kitchen sink. Everything in the kitchen sink literally goes in here. Business stuff, bills, appointments, things I want to remember, and little memories. Like, I don't get to see my girlfriend Charlene very often. So when she pops over or we are able to get together, I like to note it, because I only see her. They go up to their cabin every weekend, and it's not very often I actually get to spend time with her. And she's my longest standing friend. I've known her since I was probably 15, I want to say, 15 or 16. My pandas. This was in celebration of Di and I's 1 year planiversary, or friendiversary, if you will. So we used one another as inspiration for a spread. So recently she had done these pandas with stickers I got from, I think it's either Hobby Lobby or the dollar store, but anyways, I love the pandas. So I found some pandas and I recreated my own spin with panda bears. And I love panda bears. They're like so fun, roly-poly fun. And then we have my cherry blossom spread. So now my Cricut is up and running, and you start to see a lot of me being able to make my own stickers. I've always made a lot of things myself. It's just that I would hand cut them out as opposed to using the Cricut, but I finally got the Cricut up and running, and it's not so intimidating. So I know if there's a few of you, Lori and a few others, that have mentioned your Cricut still in the box, I'm going to challenge y'all, get it out of the box, get it up and running, because it opens up a whole new world of fun and creativity that you can tap into. So get it out of the box. And then we have my May Currently page, which of course is relative to the next month. But this is matching, of course, this is another Cricut thing. I did kites and clouds. So that is the month of April in my catch-all, which is everything but the kitchen sink. Now we're going to take a look at my health planner. And I use a teacher planner, as most of you know, for my health planner. I have not been using the Currently page and the monthly page. I'm working towards it. I started off, as most people do, setting all these goals that were a little bit more than I could take on with the emotional bandwidth that I had. So I kind of crashed and burned, and I'm coming out of that, and I'm slowly working towards just building some consistent habits. And I think we're on the right track. And it's funny because I know better. I am a personal trainer and a women's health coach, but I still fall victim to the same mistakes that other people will make, even though I know better, right? So these are not anything fancy. I did manage to get a workout in here, and then I ended up with a massive amount of migraines and insomnia. So we're back on the program. May is a little bit different. We're working into things. It's coming together, but April is another shit show month. Okay. I love this spread. This one did not have a plan with me, and I can't remember. Oh, my ring light gave up the ghost. That's what it was. So this doesn't have a plan with me for it, but I did share the images. So this was out of, I want to say it's the Love Yourself sticker book from Live Love Posh, but I used the bleed on the other side just to sort of bring it in together, and I quite like the way it went. And it's a simple spread, but it's pretty, and sometimes I just need pretty. Then we move into the next week, and this was inspired by a spread Elizabeth had done from EJ Joyful Plans a little while ago, because she does some really fun and creative things with like decorative dating and stuff, so I kind of borrowed her idea. But I love the functionality of doing the dates down the middle. So I've used it a few more weeks because I like the fact that I can break it up. Like we got 2 in the top and 2 in the bottom, and I don't need this other row when it's at the bottom. I've been kind of like decorating in it, but I like this layout. It works really well. This is super functional. And I mean, I love the teacher planner anyways for health and wellness. And then the next week we have Squad Girls, and this was inspiration from another planner. If you head to the video, I've linked her Instagram, I believe, but sometimes I get into a funk, and when I'm in a funk and I can't come up with anything myself, I'll hit Instagram or Pinterest looking for ideas, and that's a great start. Sometimes it's a great launch pad just to get the juices rolling. Then we have the next week, which I pulled out the school stick girls, seasonal stick girls. And I love those things. I'm not kidding. I think I keep joking about it, but I wonder, okay, because it's my humor, right? You all know my humor. I seriously am thinking about starting a change.org petition, putting it out to the planner community and having everybody sign it, and then sending that to Happy Planner saying, hey, we want you to re-release the seasonal stick girls. And I don't know if they'll get my tongue-in-cheek humor, but I'm only half kidding. Like I'm dead serious. So you guys have kind of been, been on that whole absolutely get that petition going. So I think that's the route we're going to go. I just have to take the time to actually set it up, and I haven't had time to do that yet. But once I do, I'm going to let y'all know, and it's going to get linked in every single video, and I'm going to put it on Instagram, and I'm going to put it anywhere I can find people in the planner community saying, hey, do you want this? Can we have this? Sign the petition. But yeah, you never know how companies are going to receive things like that. And me personally, I think it's hilarious. Like if I was Happy Planner and I was given a link to a change.org petition to re-release a sticker book, I would find it comical. I don't know that they'll find it comical, but whatever. I mean, they used to be a lot better when Stephanie was still running it, and there was a lot more interaction and feedback from the community, which was not necessarily a good thing. Like you want your customers involved in the process, but there is a point where there needs to be a boundary, because what I did see happening, this is I wasn't in the planner community long, but I'm also a business person. So what I did see happening was the community had way too much to say about things that were none of their business to blatantly put it out there. Like Happy Planner's a company, they need to make money. And if they're going to do certain things in a certain way because they know the inner workings and the back end of how things work. And the planner community doesn't necessarily always understand that because it's not public information, if that makes sense. So I think at some points it was starting to really bite Stephanie in the bottom. It's catch-22, right? It's really a catch-22. You want to build that community and you want to build that family, but there still needs to be some kind of boundary around it because it is still a business. Okay, so jumping back in, this is my dashboard planner. So this was my first time using the PET washi tape. This stuff is from the Washi Tape shop. I love it. This stuff I bought on my own. Washi Tape shop did send me a bunch of washi a few weeks after this, actually, but none of the PET tape was in there. But I quite like the PET tape. I love the look of it. Like, I don't know if you can tell by it, but it looks like it's literally painted on to the washi tape, which I really love the look of. So it's not an exact match. They're a little bit different, but they're both PET tapes, but I quite like it. I think it came out rather well. And then we have my monthly. And as you can see, my monthly gets a lot of action. Even though I'm not, like, this used to be full. I'm not uploading every day anymore. Like, I've dropped Saturdays because there wasn't really anybody watching on Saturdays. And sometimes I might miss here and there. Consistently, I'm trying to get 4 videos up a week. Most of the time it's 5 to 6, but not always. But now, because I'm such a type A personality, in so many respects, drives me crazy that there's these blank spots, but I'm like, no, I'm not going to go pushing myself and pressuring myself into putting content out 7 days a week again. At least not right now. Not right now. Maybe later, but not right now. Okay, this is the first week. So I had managed to get my hands on the Tinkerbell sticker books, and I kind of, well, I used my points at Happy Planner. So I got them relatively inexpensive too, which is the only reason I bought them, because they were really the only thing out of the spring release that I was interested in was the Tinkerbell sticker books, because I love Tinkerbell. I think she's got a lot of attitude. So here's a question for you. Have you seen Peter Pan and Wendy, the one that's on Disney right now? It's okay. It's nothing. My personal favorite for a Peter Pan movie is Hook with Robin Williams. I loved him as Hook. Like that was a bang on movie. But even that, with Julia, oh, come on. Brain fart. You know what I'm talking about as Tinkerbell. That, if we look at the original Tink in the cartoon, she got tude, man. She has attitude. She gets jealous and she has attitude. That's this Tinkerbell. The Tinkerbell with Hook was a little subdued. And this most recent iteration of Tinkerbell, I'm like, that's not Tinkerbell. I mean, granted, it's still a different take on it, but that's not Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell is snarky and she gets jealous and she's a little shit disturber. She's not super polite and all the rest of that, right? But again, I'm from a different generation and I appreciate characters having depth and personalities and not one size fits all, because, you know, I don't know. It's an okay movie. Would I go see it? Would I go see it in the theater? No. Would I watch it again on Disney? Probably not. Okay. This was for the abstract challenge. In the planner challenge that Di and I host, we choose a theme for each month. The theme for April was abstract. So I pulled out the abstract sticker book and tried to play around with it to give you guys a few ideas on how you could use this stuff in that sticker book, because this is a tough sticker book to work with. I bought it to challenge myself, and it's a challenge, but I actually like the way this turned out. So this was this month's theme. This month, like May, is monogram. So this is for Earth Day. And I did a spread very similar to this last year for Earth Day using these same florals because of the blues and the greens in them. But I really like this spread. It was clean. It was simple. I do tend to use a lot of florals and stuff. I try not to do it like weeks upon weeks upon weeks for you guys, like to get like so you get bored. But the easiest thing for me in this planner to keep it super functional and decorated is florals, hands down. And then this is the final week. So this is moving into, I've now got my Cricut set up because, you know, I've got words and I've got things. And I got something stuck. Oh, it got wet. I'm like, what is that? It got wet. I must have dropped water on it from my water bottle. It leaks every once in a while. But this is the final week in my April dashboard planner. And then of course we're on to my May stuff, which hasn't happened yet, so it's not filled out. But that's a wrap, you guys. I hope you enjoyed. I enjoy doing these flip throughs. I think it's important that you guys know I actually use my bloody planners, whereas some of these planner channels that never do flip throughs, I'm like, do you actually even use it? Is that why you're not using it? Because they'll be like, oh, there's private stuff. I'm like, yeah, but Mary Ellen does her flip throughs. She just uses a sticky note to cover up stuff she didn't want people to see. That's what I would do. I wouldn't not do flip throughs on my planners. So I don't know. I'm pretty transparent with you guys though. I'm like, this is the way it is. I use it. Sometimes it works really well, sometimes not so much, but we're on this adventure together and we learn and we just adapt as we go. Okay, you guys, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new to the channel, drop us a comment down below letting us know that you're new and introduce yourself so we can formally welcome you to our community. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you next time.